Daniel Jeremiah's first mock draft just dropped. What does he have the New York Jets doing? What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Talking Jets with Tigo. My name is Tigo, and today we're going to be talking about Daniel Jeremiah's first mock draft of the offseason and talking about what does he have the New York Jets doing at pick 10? What do I think of it? And does it make any sense for the franchise? Why do we care about Daniel Jeremiah at all? Well, because Daniel Jeremiah, when he was a scout and was upcoming in his career, was working with and alongside Joe Douglas. So their thought processes, their upbringings, their scouting evaluation processes are very, very similar. They continue to have conversations to this day, and they're friends. They know each other. And so you have to value Daniel Jeremiah's opinions on the draft a little bit more than some of the other guys out there because, well, he's more tied into the New York Jets building than any of these other evaluators based purely on the history that he has with Joe Douglas. And it's interesting to see how he values the players that the New York Jets might be interested in. So let's not waste any more time. The number 10 overall pick, Daniel Jeremiah, has the New York Jets taking Oregon State offensive tackle Talisi Fuaga. Why is this interesting? One, because I honestly have the evaluation of the New York Jets' current status of the roster as wide receiver being a much, much bigger need than offensive lineman. And before you yell at me, whatever, that's a different video, that's a different conversation, we'll have that. But there wasn't a wide receiver available at 10 because Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft had the first 6 picks going quarterback, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. It was absolutely insane. The other interesting thing about this pick is that, well, if all the wide receivers are gone by 10, then you default to offensive tackle, and there was only one offensive tackle taken ahead of the New York Jets in Joe Alt going number 7 to the Tennessee Titans, the offensive tackle out of Notre Dame. Now, this is very, very important because when it comes to the offensive tackles, Joe Alt is 1A or 1B, depending on how you look at it, for most evaluators when it comes to this offensive tackle class. But a lot of evaluators are really, really torn when it comes to offensive tackle 2 in this class. Some people have J.C. Latham ranked really high. I personally don't. Some people have Amarius Mims ranked really high. I kind of do. Some people have Talise Fuaga ranked really high. I do. Some people have Olu Famunu ranked really high. He's my 1B. But why is it that he has the New York Jets taking Talise Fuaga over Olu, Amarius, J.C. Latham, and all of these guys? Well, there's a lot of reasons there, and we can break that down now. Olu Famunu is offensive tackle number 2 on a lot of people's boards, and it makes sense. I think his ceiling has the potential of being best offensive tackle in football ceiling, but his floor is not even playing in the NFL, just out of the league, and that's just because he is so raw. He is insanely athletically gifted, and he's got all of the talent in the world, but he just hasn't played football long enough. His skill set is still incredibly raw, and he has Olu falling only 3 more picks later to the Las Vegas Raiders, and that's a perfect landing spot for him. The Las Vegas Raiders are not going to be competitive anytime soon. The expectation is that they're probably not going to bring Josh Jacobs. We don't know what's going to happen with Devontae Adams, and currently they still don't have a quarterback. And so you can say, you know what, we can take a shot on a guy like Olu, have him come in, and in 3 years' time, when the team is more stable and more secure, and the quarterback that we've taken or the quarterback that we found or whatever is fine, he's going to be insanely good if he continues to develop. Well, that timing doesn't match up with the New York Jets at all. We've got probably 2 more years of Aaron Rodgers at best. I don't know if we're going to get a 3rd year. I don't know what's going to happen beyond the next 2 years of Aaron Rodgers. But by the time Olu hits his stride and becomes the offensive tackle that I think he can be, Aaron Rodgers is going to be gone. We have a short window of operation. And when you talk about guys that are ready to come into the NFL and ready to play, Talise Fuaga jumps to the top of the board behind only Joe Alt. Joe Alt is the he's pro ready. He's going to come in. He's going to be your left tackle of the future, and he's just going to be solid. And that's why if he's at 10, you have to take Joe Alt. But he's not making it to 10 for those reasons. Talisé Fuaga is a really, really good second best in terms of I need a starting offensive tackle right now. The only question mark that comes with this pick is where is he going to play? At Oregon State, he's only played right tackle, and I don't know if his skill set will transfer to the left side. Now, there is a long evaluation process. He will be going to the Senior Bowl, and you expect that he will be taking reps at left side to put that on tape for offensive coaching staffs and draft evaluators. But it does leave a question mark. If you do draft Talisé Fuaga and put him in at right tackle, what are you going to do about left tackle? Is that going to be where Elijah Vera Tucker ends up? Are you going to go into free agency and address that position? What are you going to do at left tackle, which is obviously the more important of the two tackles? Aaron Rodgers can see the pressure from the right side. He can't see the left side. So you got to protect his blind side. We don't have any tackles on the roster right now that can do that. So there's a lot of questions. Voice crack. There's a lot of questions when it comes to that. But I do love this pick for the New York Jets. The only thing that I would change is all of the things that I said about, Olu Famunu, kind of in a lesser extent, go to Amarius Mims. But Amarius Mims really reminds me of Broderick Jones. And we all know how much we fell in love with Broderick Jones last year. And I think Amarius Mims has got it. So that would be the only wrench I would throw into that. But we'll talk about the offensive tackles in a later video with Dom C. I'm very excited to do that collaboration. Expect that next week. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think about this pick? Do you think Talisé Fuaga is the right pick? Do you think the New York Jets should have gone somewhere else with the players that were available? I'm curious. Let me know in the comment section below. And last but not least, go Jets.